Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Sean here, and the 2023 schedule for the Washington Commanders for the entire NFL is officially out. As you can see on my screen, I'm gonna jump right to it. But as you guys can see, our schedule is officially out. It's a pretty interesting schedule. Only one primetime game. We're gonna play the Cowboys on Thanksgiving and much more. I'm gonna break it down. But before we get to that, make sure you guys leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications on the road to 2K subs. So if you could hit that sub button, I really appreciate it. And just go straight into it. So schedule right here. I'm just gonna read through the schedule. I don't really want to make my predictions right now because I did last year and I had us going 11-6 last year. We did not go 11-6 last year or make the playoffs. I had us making the playoffs and go 11-6. We did not do any of that. So not gonna make my predictions now really, but most likely later, maybe during the summer or before the season starts. So, starting with week one, September 10th versus the Cardinals, 1 p.m. game. Think that's gonna be on like Fox. A lot of our games are on CBS actually. Like our Broncos game, Bills game, our Giants game, Falcons game, like a lot of them, which is very interesting. But anyways, week one game versus the Cardinals. I actually predicted that. I wanted that because obviously we're gonna sell the Dan Snyder's gonna sell the team. Gonna happen this month, as in May. So easy week one game, um, would be amazing to just get this crowd back. At FedEx Field. It's home. So in my opinion, I think FedEx Field is gonna be packed. I really do think FedEx Field is gonna be packed. Now, one thing the NFL did dirty with us, they only gave us one primetime game, technically two if you want to count the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving, but they only gave us one primetime game, and that's versus the Bears on October 5th, Week 5, Thursday Night Football, same matchup as last year. Versus the Bears week 6 on Thursday Night Football. The NFL was kind of lazy with that, so that's kind of something I don't really like. But this time, it's in our house and not the Bears' house. But so Cardinals week one, very interesting matchup. I feel like if I had to make a prediction now, we'd probably win that game. But there's a lot of there's 122 days ago, 22 days until the season actually starts. So we will see a lot can happen before the season starts. September 17th, week 2, Broncos, 4:25 p.m. That's going to be also another interesting game. I think the Broncos are going to be way better than what they were last year under Nathaniel Hackett as head coach. Sean Payton's going to be a way better head coach for them. Nathaniel Hackett, he did not use Russell Wilson the way he has been used throughout his entire career. Um, I mean, he tried to use him as a pocket passive quarterback, and that's not Russell Wilson's thing. He moves out of the pocket, so scrambles for more yards. So that's not Russell Wilson's thing. So he just didn't use Russell Wilson correctly. He didn't use the entire offense correctly. So with Sean Payton as their new head coach, I think the Broncos are going to be getting back on track. But hopefully, I could see this being another Lions game, the Lions game from last year. Like everybody had us winning, and then boom. I mean, our opponent beats us. The Broncos beat us. So we'll see about that. Week 3, September 24th. Bills at 1 p.m. That's going to be a tough matchup. Obviously, Bills, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox, Gabriel Davis. So they got a very good offense as well as a really good defense. Tre'Davious White, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, Tremaine Edmonds left. So there's that. Ed Oliver. So they got the Bills, obviously great team, playoff team. Um, Potentially Super Bowl. I know a lot of people have them making the Super Bowl this past season. That didn't happen. They were close, but it didn't happen. So yeah, there's that. Week 4, Eagles, 1 p.m. Again, a lot of our games 1 p.m. as you can see. Besides the Cowboys game, Rams game, basically all the games we play on the West Coast is gonna start at 4. But basically most of our games are at 1 o'clock. Eagles, another tough matchup. Obviously, we beat them second game around. You know what I mean. Undefeated no more last year. Went from 8-1. I mean 8-0 to 8-1. We dropped them to 8-1, and we're super good against undefeated teams. The Eagles obviously fell to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Not great for them, but this is gonna be again another tough matchup. Obviously, you guys know who the Eagles have. Jalen Hurts just signed him to a massive contract extension. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert. I mean, they just have weapons all around, and their defense is unbelievable. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat. I can just go on. So Eagles gonna be tough, but and obviously division opponents, so always gonna be tough when you play your division. And then week 5 versus the Bears, like I said, Thursday night football. Same. We played them Thursday night football last year. I don't know why NFL was kind of lazy with this, putting us on Thursday night football again this year. Our only primetime matchup, if you don't count the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving. Week 6 versus the Falcons. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. This is on CBS, 1 o'clock. Very interesting matchup because Taylor Heineke could potentially be the starter at that point. He may even be the starter going into the season for the Falcons. I don't think so. It's probably still going to be Desmond Ridder. But hey, you never know. I mean, Desmond Ridder might not be playing good for the Falcons at that point, and they might put in Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke getting revenge on his old team. Maybe. We'll see. Week 7 versus the Giants away. Obviously, the Giants got 5 primetime matches. I mean, not 5, 4. They got I think, Christmas Day match against the Eagle, a game match against the Eagles, so that's technically 5. So 5 primetime matches for the Giants. That's a lot. Wasn't expecting that. I was expecting them to get like 3, maybe 2, but 4 or 5. That's a lot for them. But the Giants, we tied with them last year. We lost to them once last year. We really should have won the first time around and the second time around, to be honest. The refs kind of sold in that game. Heineke had that one fumble near the end zone on that when we were driving really well, the 61-yard pass to John Dalton, the beginning of the drive, and then we just sold at the end of it, which sucked, absolutely sucked. We lost 20-12 that game, but hey, hopefully we can beat the Giants at least once this year. I feel like we're gonna split with every single one of our divisional opponents this year. And then week 8 we play the Eagles. This time it's at home. The first time it's away. This time it's at home. Gonna be, like I said, gonna be another interesting matchup. Eagles obviously super good. Beat them the second time last year on Monday Night Football. Week 9 versus the Patriots. We haven't played the Patriots in a while. It's just feel like since 2019, our roster was completely different in 2019. But obviously, Patriots, they got Mac Jones. Obviously, they got Bill Belichick. Greatest coach of all time, NFL coach of all time. Mac Jones. Their offense is okay. It's not great. Their defense, they have some talent on defense. Matthew Judon. They have Jack Jones, Marcus Jones, Jonathan Jones, who I wanted the Commanders to sign really bad this offseason to play our slot quarterback position, but we did draft Jartavius Martin, so that's nice. So Patriots going to be a pretty interesting matchup. Seahawks week 10. That's also a pretty solid matchup. Week 11 Giants. Week 12 Cowboys. Obviously Thanksgiving, the last time we played them in 2020. We haven't played them on Thanksgiving for the past 2 years, but 3 years ago, 2020, you guys already know, Antonio Gibson rushed for 3 touchdowns on them. He is the Dallas Cowboys killer. Antonio Gibson is him when we play the Cowboys. So there's that. Home, we play the Dolphins week 13. Our bye week isn't until week 14, which is really dumb to me. I can't believe we got another week 14 bye. We got one last year and again this year. But anyways, we played the Dolphins week 13. And then after we play the Dolphins, Rams week 15, that's our hardest stretch. From the Rams to the Cowboys, we've then played the Jets week 16. Obviously, they got Aaron Rodgers now. Obviously, he has loads of weapons. Alan Lazard, they signed this offseason. Gary Williams, they already had. I'm pretty sure they signed Miko Harmon too. They also still have Corey Davis. They traded Elijah Moore. They also got some solid tight ends. C.J. Uzomah, and there's one other guy they got from the Vikings last year. I can't remember his name. Also, obviously, great defense. DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner, Quincy Williams. So their defense is pretty good as well. So that's going to be a very tough matchup. Now, the Jets are getting a lot of hype like the Broncos got. They got 5 primetime matchups. Technically 6 because they got the first Black Friday game the NFL has ever had. So that's interesting. So it's technically 6. And then the 49ers, week 17, around the same time we played them last year. And then we got the Cowboys, week 18, to be determined. Could be at 1 p.m., could be at 4, could be a Sunday night football game. So we will see about that. Kind of interesting that we got the Cowboys again for the last game because we got them last year as well. So this is our schedule. Also, if you want to know our preseason schedule, Browns week 1, Ravens week 2, Bengals week 3. So this is our schedule. Comment down below which game really intrigues you the most? In my opinion, it's definitely the Dallas game on Thanksgiving. Definitely, we haven't played them in 3 years. On Thanksgiving, we played them literally every year on Thanksgiving, but haven't for the past 2 years. We did in 2020, so that game definitely intrigues me a lot. So that is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, comment down below your thoughts on our schedule. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.